Hey guys, it's Oliver Art here, and I'm back with another video. Today, I'm going to be redoing my video of how to sell art commissions as a kid because my last video was horrible quality. You could barely hear me, and I looked dead because my video quality was just not the greatest. I still don't look great. I mean, look at this face, guys. This is rough. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing good today. Today I'm going to be going over basically most of the tips I did in my last video, but I'm just redoing it to hopefully make it a little bit more clear and understandable. So let's get right into it. So basically I'm going to teach you guys how to sell art commissions as a kid. This is geared toward anyone who's under the age of 18. I just want to point something out. First of all, you should totally talk to your parents before doing this. A lot of parents are strict and they won't allow you to do it. You don't want to be doing anything behind their back. Second of all, you have to make sure that you are ready to run a business. I am not talking to anyone who's wishy-washy, not really sure, all that stuff. I want you, before you start this, you have to make sure this is what you want to do. So, make sure you are ready to run a small little business before you get into this, because this is a business. You are going to be responsible for things. There's responsibilities that come along with doing these tasks and making money. So before you get into anything, make sure you are ready to run a business and make sure your parents are okay with it. If you're going to be running this business, you have to understand money management and time management, because these are huge. You should not be doing art commissions if you have trouble finishing pieces, if you are not confident in your artwork and you constantly have to redo things. You have to make sure you fully understand money and make sure you're able to set aside money if you have to set aside money for taxes or any kind of like emergency art supply expenses, all that. You have to make sure you're able to cover that. So I'd recommend, once again, talk to a parent. They know what's best for you and how to do this. I want to go over some the things that you are going to need in order to sell art commissions as a kid. First of all, you're going to need a terms and conditions. You're going to have to make sure you figure out how you're going to handle taxes. You have to figure out if you're doing traditional or digital artwork. That is like one of the biggest decisions. You have to make sure you have ways to advertise, like social media, and it's good to have commission template examples, a spreadsheet, record all of your commission info, and payment methods. That's a huge one. So I'm going to go over all of those kind of subjects in detail to hopefully make sure you guys understand it more this time. So first of all, let's go over terms and conditions / guidelines. Basically, you want to make sure you have a paper printed up or typed up or whatever, posted up wherever the heck it is you're advertising your art commission, something that you can send to your commissioners so they understand what you will and won't draw. If anything that has to do with refunds or exchanges or anything like that, if somebody's not happy, what are you going to do about it? We want to talk about the waiting period of how long it's going to take for them to get their commission. Most people say about 2 weeks or so. Well, I mean, I say about 2 weeks because I have no idea. Something horrible could come up. I could have a family emergency. You just never know. So you want to make sure that your commissioners aren't wandering around like, I paid you money, where's my stuff? You know what I mean? You also want to make sure you have your payment methods listed for the commissioner to easily be able to read and understand it. Make sure they understand how they're paying you. And you want to talk about commission details as well. And give me 1 second here. I wrote commission details. I don't even know what I meant by that. Oh, okay. So basically, commission details, anything about the commissions that you're offering, the sizes of the paper, if it's line art, sketches, all that kind of stuff, you want to make sure you have that listed. But that kind of links back into a commission template example as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link below a little document of basically a blank template for terms and conditions / guidelines. It is not a legal document. Let me make that clear. This is no way going to protect you from the law or anything. This is making sure that your customer kind of understands what's going on. I'd recommend having a parent look it over after you personally type it up. Make sure it looks professional and neat and pretty. But yeah, hopefully that'll make sense there. This is a business you're running and you want to make sure your customers fully understand what you are offering them. As for the commission template examples, normally what I mean by that is you need to make sure that you're showing them what they're getting. So if you're selling line art commissions, you want to make sure you have a couple examples of what line art you have available. Or if you're selling full art commissions, a couple examples of full art, headshots, full body, bust, all that. You want to make sure that they can see a couple of examples of the kind of thing they might be getting. I also recommend having a spreadsheet to log and record all of your commissions that you take in. You do not want to be like losing track of like, wait, who did this? Did I promise that? What happened here? Like, you want to make sure you have a record of everything. Make sure you write down the commissioner's name, their email address or phone number, what they commissioned, when it was requested, how much it cost, how they paid, if like what kind of payment method, whether it was PayPal or what. when they paid, like the date that you actually received payment, the due date of the commission of when you said you will finish it, and all shipping info if it's a traditional artwork where you actually have to send it to them. You want to make sure you have all that information down before you continue to finish this commission. And like, I recommend doing it as you're collecting payment. Make sure you're getting all that information down. Make sure you have that in a safe, secure location if it's going to be on paper. I used to keep a binder. If you don't want to keep it on paper, if you want to keep it on your laptop, that's absolutely fine. I recommend making a spreadsheet for it. I don't really have a set in place spreadsheet for mine. It's a little bit of a mess, but it's a mess I understand. So I don't really have one to offer for you guys on that, but just make sure hopefully you took a note of what I was saying there. Digital or traditional artwork, this is a big, huge topic. You have to make sure you know what you're offering, obviously, as I said before, but digital or traditional artwork makes a huge difference. With traditional art, you're not paying for any kind of like supply fees and stuff. Sure, there's that upfront cost of getting an art tablet or some kind of screen or something to draw on, but after that, you're not really paying for a continuous supply of art supplies, so it's not as expensive overall. With that, you're also not having to ship out anything to anyone. So if you're a beginner artist, you can offer traditional artwork, but just understand most people expect that if they're getting a traditional piece, they're going to have a copy of it in their own hands, in their possession. It's just what's normally expected. So if you're doing digital art, you don't have to worry about that at all. You can say, well, they might ask for a copy or a print, and you have to make sure you have to make sure you're able to answer people's questions on stuff like that. So personally, digital art is a great way for beginners to start off, but if you choose to do traditional art, make sure you just have all that information listed. If you're shipping it out to people, how much it's going to cost them. I know I wrote down here, make sure you label all the shipping costs, like how much it costs for your actual shipping materials, postage, and if you have to pay for a P.O. box, because if you're shipping to strangers, you don't want to be shipping it from your home address and then everyone knows where you live. That's not a good thing. Again, talk to your parents about anything that, if you're going to have to be mailing artwork out to people, make sure you talk to your parents on that. If you're doing digital artwork on your phone or something because you cannot afford a drawing tablet, don't worry, I did that. At first, like, you're a kid, you can't really afford expensive things, you know? So I, of course, started drawing on a broken phone screen. It wasn't even a good broken phone screen, no. I'm talking like a cheap little Dollar General $50 phone, right? It was cracked. And I drew with my thumb on a cracked $50 phone. If you're doing that, I recommend trying to draw with Media Bang Paint or something that has like a full drawing experience. Media Bang Paint is even available on things like Kindles. It's available on almost every single device, and it's like a full drawing program packed into a little tiny app. Honestly, I've tried dozens of art apps, and it is like the best one to use. Ways to advertise is a huge, huge thing. The biggest thing, honestly, when you're doing it as a kid is payment methods, but I'm gonna get to that in a minute. First, I wanna talk about how you're advertising them. Social media, obviously, is where almost everyone advertises art commissions now. Facebook is a huge one that most people don't seem to capitalize on, especially younger artists. The thing is, if you're on Facebook, you're able to advertise it to your friends and family. So you are able to accept cash for things, because normally it's a little harder to sell art commissions as a kid because you can't have a PayPal account and stuff like that. If you decide to sell on Facebook, you could advertise commissions to your friends and family, and you could collect payment in person or just have them mail you the money because you know them, they're your family. But of course, you could always advertise on things like Instagram, Reddit, all that kind of stuff. The way I personally started getting a lot of commissions was an app called Amino. It's huge for younger artists. It's really easy to get noticed on there and get a small little following and community going. As for taxes, before you start accepting any kind of commissions, you have to know what you're doing here. Honestly, in most areas, at least in the US, as far as I know, don't quote me on this, as far as I know, after you reach a certain threshold, you have to start paying taxes on that. You are then considered self-employed or part-employed or whatever, and you have to start paying money on that because the government wants a little bit of that money that you're making. Normally, you can earn up to $400, I think, don't quote me, I think you can earn up to $400 before you have to start paying any real taxes on that money. So like you can earn $400 every year, and then any money after that you have to pay taxes on because you're starting to earn, you know, buco bucks and they want some of it. So talk to your parents, figure out all that, see if you have to register as a business or anything. If you're starting to make like hundreds of dollars in art commissions because you're just selling so much, like talk to your parents on all that tax information because you are technically a minor. You are underneath your family's taxes, you're a dependent and all that. Once again, that's just the US. I don't know anything about other countries. So now I'm going to get into the most important part of the video, which is payment methods. As a kid, this is the hardest thing to do. This is because if you are under the age of 18, most apps and banks and stuff, there's problems because you are a minor, so you cannot legally sign a contract. You are breaking most terms and conditions of most places if you create an account if you are under the age of 18. For an example, there's PayPal/Venmo. They're both owned by PayPal. PayPal is a great way to send money if you're paying through like actual cash, like somebody's sending you money digitally, so you could transfer it to a bank account and such. In order to use PayPal/Venmo, you have to be at least the age of 18 according to their terms and conditions. You have to be at least 18 years or older.
Adding in here really quick, if you create an account and you're not the age of 18, if they find out through some way or somehow you're technically breaching their contract after creating an account while under the age of 18, and they are able to take back your account. If you have any money associated with that account, it'll just disappear. They will take it because your account was void. So yeah, beware.
In order to use PayPal, you have to have a bank account attached to it. In the past, you could keep a PayPal balance. Like if somebody sent you money, right, you just received money for a commission, you used to be able to keep it in your PayPal and just pay out of your PayPal. You can't really do that anymore because as far as I know, you can't really do that anymore because they have this new PayPal MasterCard or whatever, and unless you want to sign up for it and pay all the fees and stuff like that, you can't really keep a PayPal balance in your actual PayPal account. So if someone sends you money, you have to immediately transfer it to your bank account. It'll send you a little notification saying, hey, there's money waiting for you, make sure you transfer it. So you need a bank account. In most areas, if you're 12 years old or older, you can set up a bank account. Like 11 or 12 in most areas. I know where I am, there's a credit union near me. You're able to get an account at 11 or 12 years old and you get a debit card with it. Like, if you're gonna be taking this seriously with actual money going in and out of your accounts and all that, I recommend getting a bank account. It makes it so easy to keep track of all that stuff. What I did, because I was not old enough at the time, I had a parent or guardian set up a PayPal account for me under their name, and basically they just handled transferring the money from point A to point B. So from PayPal to my account. Otherwise, I have some good news for you. Normally, it would just end there. A lot of people don't know how to sell art commissions as a kid because of the payment method issue. So, one thing I did before I had a PayPal account was I used gift cards. That's right, gift cards, as in little shopping store gift cards. A little warning, make sure you follow what I'm saying thoroughly so you do not get scammed out of money.
Hey guys, Future Allie here. Just want to put in a quick side note. What I'm about to explain is a little long, and I understand that. I just want to make sure I cover all of my points clearly, and so I do apologize, but what I'm about to explain is honestly not that hard. I don't want to scare anyone off by it. It's a really easy method to make money with your art commissions without having a PayPal account, and it's awesome. I've used it. I've had my friends use it. It's really easy as long as you're not stupid with it. That's why I'm including so many warnings so that way you guys know ahead of time what properly to do so you don't get heartbroken. Alright, bye.
Kind of gift cards you can accept are Amazon, Google Play, eBay, anything with a code that you can add to an account that cannot be swiped. Anything that does not require a physical card that just has a code. So that way when you are given the code, you can redeem the balance and then the person who's commissioning you can't use that anymore. It is now officially yours. Like a Target gift card has a code on it, but it can still be swiped. So even though you added it to your account and it's linked, someone could still go off and swipe it. So make sure you look at the gift card that you'd be accepting, like Amazon, that's a great one. There's no place to swipe it at, and it's got a little code. As soon as you redeem it, it's in your account. Make sure you go over what type of gift cards you'd like to accept. As I said, you can accept things like Amazon, Google Play, eBay, that kind of thing. I know I personally accepted Amazon because that allowed me to buy art supplies and even a drawing tablet and Bluetooth headphones, all that kind of cool kind of stuff, because you can stack the gift card balance. So I got like 3 different art commissions. I had $75 worth of Amazon gift cards, and I was able to buy a drawing tablet. Make sure you go over what type of gift cards you're accepting. Make sure they have a code and that they cannot be swiped. Something that's just purely digital is what's recommended. So this is how you do it. First of all, you want to make sure that your commissioner knows that you are going to send them something. You should make sure that they know that they're not getting scammed either. They should be aware that you are actually drawing something for them and they are getting something out of this trade, this deal. So make sure you send them a work in progress. I recommend first doing a sketch and sending them the sketch so they can kind of see what they're getting before continuing with the artwork. As soon as you get that sketch done, as soon as they get a little work in progress of the artwork, then have them send you their gift card code. Immediately, step 3, redeem that gift card. Make sure they no longer have access to it. Make sure that you now have that gift card code and it's been activated and it's in your account. Make sure you have gotten paid before you finish the artwork. So you have to make sure that they have an idea, they know what they're getting, they know that they're actually getting their commission, and you have to know that you've gotten paid for the work that's already been done and what's going to be done. That's what's fair. It's the best way to do it. I did this for a very long time. This is my personal recommendations to you guys. And of course, finish the commission. Make sure you actually finish it after you've gotten payment. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you guys have any questions, make sure you comment them down below. I will do my best to answer them. For some weird reason though, I have trouble answering questions on my phone, on my YouTube app. It's just weird. Like, it'll tell me a notification that someone's posted a comment, but it won't let me fully view it. So I have to check my laptop more, hopefully, for those. And I'm sorry I haven't been posting lately. I'm working a full-time job and it is kind of hard to post videos. But I do want to get back into YouTube. I do have a lot of fun doing it and I do like helping you guys. So once again, I hope this video was helpful. Make sure you comment, make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I'll see you all later. Bye-bye. You can do real life commissions to your friends and family. Video. Get out! I'm sorry, that was my husband. Do you? Get out! Oh my god. You completely got me off track here. Okay, so of course you guys could accept real life cash for our commission. Of course, you can accept cash, real life cash for our commission. Anyways. Can I help you? Make sure you're setting aside money for taxes and